Hey guys, welcome back to FetchQuest. Big interesting developments that happened last week.
Uh,
Kara, you want to catch us up?
1 second. Let me host the stream on my channel.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm just going to praise myself for that buttery smooth transition.
God, like half my notes are in caps.
And Panama.
That means you have to
Panic.
scream it.
And no, I'm not gonna scream at them.
Then take them out of caps.
No. Last we left off, the party had just freed the most uninteresting bard in the world, who insisted that the reason people kidnap him or steal his shit is because they want to be just like him. A terrible, terrible burden on society. The party escorted him back from the now raided bandit camp into Kel. Gariand, I'm sorry. Kel is the country. Where Naduk, Barrett's little goblin friend, goblin friend, hails him into the alleyway to kick out some jesters that have come to replace Kulik as the entertainment for this year's festival. Gareth goes in to the inn. It's dark as shit. And we find out that there's Matilda in the basement in a pool of blood, except it's not Matilda. It's a clown in makeup that's here to kill us. I shouldn't say us. It's here to kill me. So the party engages in combat. Garen manages to vine everyone, including himself and Damakos, except for Bareth and Kara, giving us an edge, but not really, because clowns are creepy as shit. Then goblins start pouring into the inn, while Bareth has his midday snack of a weird person's body. Completely ignoring the goblins and their requests for drinks because they think we're refusing them because they're goblins. A couple of us head upstairs, find a giant creepy door and lots of murdered people that happen to look like Kara's family and has Kara's last name smeared all over the wall.
What's wrong? Can I have water, please? Thank you.
Bareth angrily searches everywhere. And eventually we make our way out into the forest, following the disgustingly creepy path that was set out for us by the 3 remaining clowns that we found out exist. And I hate that. But it's kind of a failed venture. Bareth and Damakos return to the town. Garen and Kara stay out in the forest with 3 people that I realize now was probably a terrible, terrible mistake. And the next thing we know, we're in a gilded hallway in ballroom attire. And I don't know if we've taken a long rest or not.
You have.
Have we? Oh, good. I have spells again.
And I do want to say, last session, I believe I specified they typically travel in groups of 4.
Oh, God, that's worse. That's so much worse. Paranoid forever. Forever.
All right. So, each of you are standing around in a gilded hallway in ballroom attire, as Kara said. There are some nice chairs in the hallway. There are no windows. and there's a doorway on either side. And each of you are together.
We are all there. It's not just.
Nope, it's all of you.
Are we? What am I wearing? What is this?
Just
It's so itchy.
can I look around the
I wanna
hallway
do the
real fast?
same. I'm very confused.
Just like, do I see are the others in line of sight?
Yeah, you guys are standing with each other.
We're standing.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else around?
What
Not that you
are
can see.
you
I
guys
will
in
attempt to see.
here?
Finch Garen.
Just like,
What did you get for that
Oh,
perception?
sorry. Not a lot. I know that. 11.
11. So you're looking around, and that's when you notice that there is a string leading from the ceiling against the wall.
String. Is it like typical just twine like string, or is it like celebration ribbon?
No, it's just string, just some string. It's not like there's loops of it. There's just one piece of string hanging from the ceiling, and
A
it's
single
pressed
piece
up
of
against
string?
the wall.
it's kind of weird not seeing you all in armor.
Barrett
stuff.
just assuming he's dreaming. I'll go over and look at the string and see if it does anything as I am just sort of moving it around.
You pull it down.
Why not?
You hear a faint tinkling of bells, and one of the walls kind of slides like this, and a man in a nice servant's suit with a steel mask covering his entire face comes out, and he's holding a very large, ornate box. And he approaches the group of you. When he gets to you, he opens up the box, and inside you see golden masks. One is a dragon, one is an eagle, one is a fox, and then there's a monkey. A gift from the host.
Do we just take whichever one we want?
The mask turns
Like
to you.
attempting to do my most posh sounding voice.
Of course. But choose wisely. The gift is permanent.
All right. I'll grab dragon.
All right.
This is a really fancy looking mask. Yara's gonna reach down and pick up the monkey one.
All right. He's looking at Domikos and Kara. Well, the mask is aimed towards Domikos and Kara, and you guys can almost feel this air of expectancy.
I'll take the fox mask. Oh,
Please,
can I pat myself down and see if I have my dagger?
You do not.
Ah, shit.
You guys are completely unarmed. Domikos,
Yep.
do you take the eagle?
Yes, I take the eagle.
So you pick up the eagle. He snaps the box shut, gestures to the door on the right and steps backwards into the wall, and it shuts. So, these masks. The only one that you could really, they're all intricate and ornate. And just from looking at the dragon mask, you can tell that it is of a green dragon. You can tell this from, stories, books that just have sketches of dragons.
All right. I'm going to put it on. I assume that is what he
All right.
wanted.
So you put it on, and even though it doesn't have any straps or anything, it seems to just rest comfortably on your face.
Jolly good, companions.
Why you acting
Strange
all weird,
dream.
friendly?
Let's proceed.
He's acting. Is he acting kind of weird?
I
Will
don't
be
know what's
interesting.
normal for Barris.
It will be interesting to see who this host is. I put on the mask.
Same thing as the dragon mask.
I'm going to put on my mask as well, just trying to fit it nowhere the horns.
Right? It almost seems to mold to fit your face.
Oh,
Is anyone else uneasy about this?
I'm honestly got kind of a bad feeling about it, but I want to see where this goes.
I don't have any of my weapons, but I guess this is the only way to go. I'll put the mask on very reluctantly.
The mask sits lightly on your face. Each of you now masked feels almost a warm feeling spread through your body.
Like that.
And you're still in the hallway.
I've started proceeding that way.
All right, so you're heading to the door on the right. Rest follow?
Sure.
All right. So as you guys follow through, as you get close to the door, you're hearing what sounds like ballroom music. When you push open the double doors, you look into the scene of a party. There's people waltzing. There's, oddly enough, seems like different kinds of music are filling each corner of the room. And everyone has the same steel mask on that the guy who had the box. Except each of these people are dressed in some of the most ornate clothing you've ever seen. As you guys proceed further into the party, you notice that some of these people are not standing and dancing on the floor. It seems that you've entered some sort of space that allows people to move freely up, down, twisting themselves upside down, etc.
Well, is this a right party?
Dressed
Does
all
seem that
fancy,
way.
and I still feel a little underdressed. How high up is the ceiling go?
You look up and you don't really see a ceiling. You see the twinkling of stars.
Garen is going to try and jump up and see if he stays in the air, if he comes back down.
If he wants to stay in the air, he does.
Oh. Oh. This is... this is kind of nice. Just kind of floating about like 10 feet or so off the ground. Just kind of feeling out this whole free movement thing.
Just talking to myself. That makes sense. That makes sense. Now, dream, take me where I believe I should be going. As I'm just looking around for any interesting points, whether anything that points itself out to me.
So you're looking around, and after you mutter these words, you're looking around, and you're noticing that tables on the back seem to slowly be coming forward. And when you look down, the carpet that you all are standing on is moving forward, or everything else is moving backwards. It's hard to tell.
Carrying me along, then. Is it all right? I'll go where you want. As I begin moving along with the carpet going faster than it was taking me already.
Each of you are also being pulled along, even for some reason, Garen, who is not touching the carpet.
Whoa now.
Carpet, not a horse.
Whoa, now.
Just gonna sink down to the ground and try and like plant his feet a bit more.
Yeah, you're standing on the carpet, which is pulling you guys forward. Not at a very fast pace. The only one going fast is Barrett, but that's because he's actively walking alongside it. And
Moving sidewalks in the airport.
Essentially. And then, Barrett, you start to notice it first, but at the very end of this very long room, there is a large golden throne and a very well-armored being sitting on it. They have a large golden helm with a face marked into the helm of a stern, older man. Welcome to my party.
It is a fabulous ball if I've ever seen one. I haven't.
You will, Barrett.
Oh, God. Knows our names.
I do, Kara.
Oh, God. It
Yeah.
hurt me. Through
Well,
the
you know
fourth
our
wall.
names. What is yours, my dreamy friend?
You may call me your host for now. My name has long since been forgotten.
Brain, you're
Thank
really
you
killing
for
me with
this
this one. You
invitation.
can't come up with a name for him, but you can come up with all of this.
That's kind of rude.
This seemed like the same thing we saw when we got the box. Or is it different?
You mean the original box you guys got from the cave?
The bad spooky box.
Throw an insight check. You don't really have the box with you to compare.
It's with my sleeping body somewhere. In the woods. 10 total.
10 total? It seems similar, but without the box here, you really couldn't say. Please, eat, drink. Servants with the steel mask come forward with trays of food and with trays with glasses with wine in them.
My brain does know what I like, however, though. As I peruse the food.
This was the simplest way I could gather you all together.
As I'm stuffing my face. What's the occasion?
I'm a little cautious about taking any food or drinks.
We took a mask. You might as well eat.
Yeah.
Finishing the tapestry.
Tapestry.
Yes. A rather unhealthy cycle. Repeats every so often. It's hard to keep track of mortal years, but it repeats, and it's coming to a head. I need you to stop it.
Yeah, sure. We'll get right on that.
What sort of thing happens in this cycle?
Death. Slavery. And eventually a war so tragic it wipes out nations, destroying their history.
That's mighty grim. Got to admit.
It is. And I, as a being of light, am sick of seeing such death and destruction run rampant. Unfortunately, due to other pressing concerns, I cannot prevent it myself.
I'm just gonna this is I will admit this is kind of a lot to take in all at once.
True. It is. But I've been watching you, all of you, for some time.
Oh, is this the part where you tell me I'm a fuck up dream? Please stop.
No.
At least you'll owe me that kindness. Thanks.
I'm not. Barrett, this isn't a dream.
Good one. My brain's trying to play tricks on me. That's good.
I know you're suffering, Barrett.
Yeah, that would make sense because you're me.
I don't think he's you, Barrett.
Barrett, you'll find the answers you seek in Lorelei.
That would make sense. I was kind of perusing over going there. But, you know, I wasn't really expecting to have a whole, existential talk to talk to my own brain in a weird dream with very specific things going on. But whatever. This food's good, by the way. I mean, I've used a lot of this stuff before, so it makes sense that I would remember it. So,
I think he kind
Can we
of
talk about more of
lost
that?
some folks who are close to him. It might not be doing him any favors.
Yeah, I mean, brain. Let's get back on track, brain. Food here. Food. What spices do I do to make this?
Ambrosia.
That makes sense. That does make sense. I was thinking that.
This is the food and drink of the gods.
I'd give it maybe a 7. It could be
It's very good. What is Lorelei?
I'm not here to answer mundane questions like that.
You know this. We know this, brain. It's the place that less than 10 miles away from the freaking Darien. Why? Come up with some new stuff, brain. Come on. It's getting boring now. I want to wake up.
I'm really sorry for him
If I may, our gracious host,
Yes.
first off, thank you for the appetizing food and delicious wine. I want to understand you correctly. It sounds like you are wanting us to fix a problem by essentially becoming your weapons in fixing this problem.
Yes. In short, you see, once long ago, there was a kingdom formed of the greatest magic casters in the land. And they formed this kingdom to prevent a disaster. However, their leader was corrupted. And she caused a civil war that nearly destroyed the planet. And so in order to prevent this from wreaking havoc, placed this world in a sort of loop. She needs to be killed completely in order for this loop to stop. And I can free this world without fearing for the inhabitants. That's where you come in. You must complete the blade. You must go to the blighted waste. You must bring back the Archmere. And you must kill her. Do not wield her armor. Do not wield her weapon. It's too corrupting.
You got any idea how to dispose of those two things?
When she's brought back, she is bound to those two. She must be killed. If she's killed or she was once struck down, it should finish her. And as a reward, each of you will get to join my court and become gods and goddess.
Man, my brain has some marvelous stories in there. I didn't think I was this creative.
You aren't.
Go easy there, brain. Come on.
It's not your fault. It's how you were made.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That is all well and good, but don't really take a liking to basically being told that I have to become a weapon.
You don't. You can sit back and let this cycle continue. You can let this world descend into chaos. You can let war tear apart each nation. You can let blood flow through the streets. Or you do this one task and you get rewarded.
All right, brain, I'll bite. because I'm getting real bored. That stuff seems fancy and fun, but so what's this blade we need? And how are we gonna go to the Bladed Waste? Everybody that goes there dies.
Not everyone.
Most people die.
Follow the fallen titan. He'll show you the way.
And the blade? Something about a blade?
Yes.
Thought we didn't really like blades, but whatever. Okay, go ahead.
Her blade is split into pieces. One is a Ventera.
We know some folks who came from Ventera. Now,
One was in Kel. And the other is, I believe, in Moroth. But it's been warded. It might be in Herzoria.
Is that what's in this fucking box that I have?
Yes.
Oh, fun. One down, guys. 2 to go.
that's honestly pretty good.
Yeah, except someone died.
Oh yeah.
You must grow used to death. Working with the gods brings death in droves. So there will be others who will try to... I'm sorry, Berith, did you want to interject?
Oh no, it's nothing. Nothing, brain. I know I need to get over it, but nah, we'll just keep having it happen. It's fine. I never get anything good. It's fine. Just keep going. No, let's continue. Go ahead.
Yes. Death will occur in droves, but the lives that are lost will be outnumbered by the lives that will be if you do not complete this task.
I guess. I don't really like being a killer. I don't usually like hurting people, but
She nuked
This-
the planet.
I was going to say, if this person sounds as bad as you make her out to be, then at the very least, someone's gotta bring her into line.
You must kill her. Break her into dust. And be warned. She is a liar and a snake. She will say anything to stay alive. Too many heroes have fallen. So, in order to keep the blade's influence to a minimum, you're going to need a weapon of a warrior, the one who struck down the Arkmere, brought her to the first stage of death. It's a dagger, and it's being guarded by a large crustacean in Kel.
I remember that dream. shit.
Collect the dagger. Start looking for the other pieces. And Berith, on your hunt for the rest of the assassins, remember, appearances can be deceiving.
Ooh.
Man. My brain really knows how to cut deep. Thanks. That's great information.
You know, if you were this assertive all the time, you might live up to that hero name.
Even the new guy in my brain is pissing me off right now. Can I wake up now? Please, brain, wake up. Come on. Go.
That's when you guys hear a unnatural roaring.
Oh.
Yes. That
doesn't
would be good.
Sound like
He looks over to some of his servants and nods, and they depart. You may leave. And the scene starts to melt away before you. Each of you wakes up where you fell asleep with a brand new day starting. And each of you, on inspection, has on the inner part of their left forearm a tattoo of the creature that their mask was of. Berith, you have a green dragon tattoo. Garen, you have a monkey. Kara, you have a fox. And Damakos, you have an eagle. Now, Berith, you gain resistance to poison.
Cool beans.
Garen,
Mhm.
you gain a proficiency in acrobatics.
Ooh.
Kara, you're now proficient in deception.
I'm already proficient in deception.
Then you have expertise.
Oh, cool.
And Damakos, you have proficiency in perception. And if you're already proficient, you have expertise. All right. That's a brand new day. Each of you are split up. Let's start with, well, not the three people in the camp. That can wait. So,
Absolutely horrifying.
Damakos, Berith. Well, I guess Damakos, you are in the inn by yourself.
I am in the inn by myself.
So, you wake up, you're in the inn.
Well, first I sit up and look around, see if anyone else is there.
Nope.
Nope. Awesome. I'm going to pack my bedroll up. I'm going to go grab a drink from the bar after that dream, and I'm going to have a drink.
All right. Yeah, you can definitely pour yourself some ale. There's some B-Rex honey in the back.
You know what? I'm going to get some of that B-Rex honey.
All right. Stealing from a dead man. Or a dead woman.
Hey.
We don't know about, yeah.
I'm not doing a lot. I'm just doing like a shot.
That's fine. That's fine. It's more honey than actual whatever alcohol you put in there. But all right. So you're just going to be drinking?
Yeah, I'll have a yeah.
All right. Then we're
All
going
right.
to I'm sorry?
before I leave the inn and start just probably making my way over towards Barrett's place.
Yeah, what's your passive? Let me go ahead and check that real quick.
You really want to know my passive? I'll just tell you.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me.
11. I'm not very
Yeah.
well. Actually, that might have adjusted. At it'll be 13.
13 now.
God, we suck.
So, as you pass by an alleyway, you hear the faintest ding of bells. But when you look in the alleyway, there's nothing. Not even a goblin. Well, that you can see.
Now
That I can see.
concerning.
Did the bell sound similar to what I heard in the dream,
Nope.
or is it just like a bell?
It sounds like a bell that, how should I say this? A court fool might have worn on shoes or sleeves, maybe even on a hat.
Mm.
I'm gonna say interesting, and then continue on my way.
All right, you head to Barrett's. Barrett, what are you doing?
You know, I'm gonna wake up from that dream and realize it wasn't a dream. Probably sit there and cry.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what's happening. Door's still open, by the way.
Yeah, you definitely like see.
No, I
Dominic
shut the
goes,
door after I left.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you
never
did.
mind.
Well, then it's closed.
Yeah, so Domicus, you get up to Barrett's door.
Fuck.
Hold on. I was fixing something up. God damn it. There we go. Come on. Camera's all moved. Yeah. Just a second. Wipe myself off and then glove on, going back to the door. Open it up. Oh. It's you.
Did you have a weird dream?
Look down at my forearm, which is completely exposed. Yeah.
That'd be a yes. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do.
I don't want any of this. I was just supposed to live here and have a calm rest of my life and die in old age.
And I was trying not to be a weapon.
But then we all don't get what we want.
Apparently, according to the gods.
Is that really a god?
That's a good question. Was that really a god, DM?
Was it?
Yes.
Was it?
Oh God.
As I recall, none of you threw any insight checks.
I thought it was a dream. I don't want this.
I don't either. I wonder. I don't know if the other two, if they ever left the forest or not. But
I just want find Bert and figure it out from there. And I was
yes,
probably a little hasty yesterday, and I've calmed down a bit.
I think
but I need your help because I can't do it by myself.
I'd be happy to help you find Bert. Hopefully safe. And just one hand missing.
yeah, that'd be nice. If you can go find the others and meet me back at the inn within an hour, I'll come meet back up with you, but I have something I need to do.
All right, I'll see what I can do about finding them.
All right.
In an hour. I leave.
I'm gonna leave,
All right.
and I'm probably gonna end up going the same way because he's that awkward. And then I'm heading to.
Wait, we like leave the house and we're like
both walking together. And I'm heading to Hedgeworths.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Hedgeworths.
Okay. So yeah, you go on your way to his home, and yeah, you know where it is. You get there.
Knock on the door.
What?
Captain.
God. The door's opened up, and you see a disheveled, more older human. What is it?
I have some bad news.
Then don't deliver it. And he shuts the door.
I knock on the door again.
What?
Captain. It's rather important that I tell you.
He opens the door and starts to walk inside. Come on.
Walk inside and close the door behind me.
So it's a short walk into essentially his living room / bedroom. And he sits on the only chair in the room, which is a overstuffed big chair, which is something he does quite often. It's like he sees it as like a sign of get out of my house quicker.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sort of straighten myself out. Bert is missing.
He's missing what? Some kegs? Probably the goblin stuff.
No. Some jesters came to his establishment yesterday and took him.
Where?
I don't know yet, but they also Matilda's dead.
All right. That's enough. Get out.
What?
I don't appreciate jokes like that. So get out. Get out of my house.
It's not a joke.
And where were you?
I was told that the ogre Bard, I'm blanking on his name right now, Killick, was missing. I followed up on some information with the help of some other travelers, and we ended up taking out the bandit leader. I'm also missing his name. Lacoric. We ended up taking out Lacoric, and it was a lot of marvelous day. I almost died, and that was fun. Not at all. And in that time, apparently from the same person that sent me out to get Killick, Justice took hold of the inn and did what I've already described. Then I chased after them, and they were gone. I need to go after them.
Well, you are the hero. So yes. All right. I'll take care of all the stuff here.
I know you're undermanned, and you're not exactly in fighting shape anymore. I can try to send more people your way if I see them, but I don't know when I'll be back.
If you find anyone worth a damn, send them our way. But we've been handling ourselves for years. So we can do the training and all that.
All right.
Bring him back.
I will.
You can't bring him back if you're just standing here.
You're right. I know. Goodbye. I'll be back as soon as I can. And I'm gonna leave.
All right. So you turn and head out, and now we're going to go ahead and hop over to our friends who are with more friends. Definitely aren't assassins. All right. So, Garen and Kara, you guys wake up in the camp, inside the tent.
Mm. I guess I assume that Garen's gonna wake up and try to look for anything out of place and see the tattoo on his arm. Just that's a little foreboding.
Oh my god, my mother's gonna kill me.
She doesn't approve of tattoos.
When you're supposed to be as prim and proper as my mother expects you to be, no. I'm gonna try and pull my sleeve down to no avail, and then like furiously pat myself to make sure I have everything, and then also check on the box.
So you do have everything. Everything's in its rightful place, and the box is sitting in your bag where you put it.
That wasn't a dream, right?
I don't think it was. I mean, you remember everything that happened, right?
Normally not this vividly, but yes.
And I remember it too, so I don't think people have connected dreams usually.
Do the blank faces also freak you out? Because they freak me out a little bit.
A little. I'm going to peek my head out of the tent, see how things are looking in this camp.
You do see that Aldeus is kind of just sitting on a stump. His head's tilted back and the sun's hitting him in the face, and he's smiling. He's having a good time.
Still alive.
Can I
You're
do
not
it?
looking at him.
Oh, God.
So he looks pretty okay.
From what you can tell.
Yeah.
Looks like he's tanning.
Can Drow do that?
I'm going to
He's definitely trying.
put my head back inside.
Like, sit in the sunlight.
So, our friends here are from Vintera.
They said. I'm assuming we had the same idea that we're going to ask them the best way to get there.
I was thinking that, yeah. I don't think anyone who's tried to go there ever survived.
He did, and then he came to kill. You don't get there without making a lot of sacrifices, from what I understand. I don't want to be eaten, first and foremost. And not just by whatever the fuck is out there, but also by the traveling party. So...
What?
I'm going to pull out Visan's traveling journal and flip to the page where everyone kills each other and show it to him.
His eyes just slowly read. You can tell it's just line by line.
Oh, God.
Gets his finger out, just...
Oh, my God.
That.
It's like watching a turtle read.
That's pretty awful.
Yeah.
Like, Wow.
Holy shit. I'm stuck in the forest with him. Oh god.
I I don't like how he mentioned supplies after. That's really ominous.
I closed the book and put it back in my bag. Yeah, I. It
Where
sounds like
did
a
you
long.
get that?
The last person to travel with Bareth, Damakos, and I to a place died. I took his journal. I took his spell book. I'm not proud of it, but it had some very useful information. He's oh god, I don't even know if his body's still in that cave. It could have gotten up and fucking left after all the shit I saw in that cave. That's
Is
what
that
I
the cave
am.
where you mentioned the box?
I'm gonna pull out the box and shake it slightly. Yeah, so we found this fucking thing. Ominous, ain't it?
Can I
And that
make
dagger he was talking about, I had a dream about that dagger.
do I recognize any of the symbols or anything on the box?
Garen would not.
Yeah. It's
I mean, it,
fancy looking.
yeah, no, she didn't show you the notebook page, so yeah. It just looks like a fancy fucking box.
So, yeah, like I can turn into animals and stuff, but I don't even think I could survive out in those mountains for very long. So, if and these guys are telling the truth, I think it'd be a good idea to get them to tell us through winning them over somehow.
It would be better if we could get them to lead us, but it sounds like they're looking for someone and they're not gonna go back until they find her.
We could try and find her, bring her to them.
Okay, what part of do not engage her? She will hurt you. Do not understand. Last night, fireside conversation.
I mean, a lot of people lately have been saying that if we engage some people, they'll will get hurt.
Yeah, they're probably right.
Probably. But if in the world's at stake, it might be worth getting hurt a little bit.
Do we actually know what's at stake, though? Like, I don't know who the fuck that was.
To be honest, them telling me not to trust anything this other person says makes me kind of want to hear what they have to say. But that's just who I kind of am.
On top of that, whoever that was did say she would lie. She would say anything. How do we know that's not her? Oh, all those dreams are about her. Oh, that's fun. Stupid fucking box. Hate this box. Why did I pick you up out of the darkness? Why?
You don't get a response.
I wasn't expecting one. I would have been really freaked out if I had.
Yes.
Oh, God. Yeah, maybe they can recommend someone that can take us, though.
To be honest, I'm also a little worried about Bareth.
Uh, yeah, I think we need to.
We might need to find them and Damakos too.
I think we need to take care of those jesters also. You can't leave an inn without an innkeeper. You know what happens? Goblins happen.
I mean, They seemed okay.
There's like 50 of them.
That is a bit much. I mean, 50 hard workers, that's not a lot of coin to split between all of them. Even with a busy schedule.
I don't think the goblins want to work at the inn. Let's go ask our friends from the north what they can tell us about getting to their homeland.
That
And then
is
let's go
true.
find.
We did kind of tell them about the jesters without actually telling them who they were.
I mean, we don't know who these people are either. So there's a problem. Um, and it freaks me out, quite frankly. Like, I don't know if they can change their hat with magic or stilts or makeup, but they could be anything. They could be anywhere. I'm paranoid now. Oh, this must be how Barrett feels every day of his life. I'm gonna pack all of my
That
stuff up.
made me laugh a little bit.
Oh, can you read this? And I'm gonna hold up the. What was he? Oh God, what was he? What was Augur?
He was an ogre.
Oh, that
Augur
makes
the
sense.
ogre.
That makes sense. Can you read this? Because I can't. That sound could, but he's dead. Um,
I'm
I don't think the others can read it either.
I'm gonna look at it. What is it written in?
It's written in giant.
I can read giant.
Then it says passage, friend.
It says passage friend. I think I've seen one of these before, but that was a long, long time ago.
Giants are really simple. I'm gonna put it back on messenger style. All right, you ready to ask them or potentially face our deaths? Because I'm
I'll
not.
I'll be ready for whatever comes.
Okay.
Just gonna exit the tent, hold it open for Kara.
I am like a pack mule. I've got so much shit.
Oh, good morning.
Morning.
You guys sleep well?
Just hold up my hand like that.
Oh, so sorry to hear that.
We were actually wondering if we could talk to you guys.
Well, everyone else is out hunting or like trekking and making sure everything is good. So I'm here to just watch the camp.
That's good to hear. Just gonna walk over and take a seat. Just like, you guys said you were from Vintera, right?
Yeah, yes.
I was wondering if we could maybe ask if you wouldn't mind telling us how to get there.
You can ask. You just asked me if you could. Sorry, it's a joke.
Don't worry about it. Sorry.
I'm afraid no.
Ah, could we maybe barter about it?
No.
Ah. Just look to Kimmy, just like shrug my shoulders, like
May I ask why?
No.
Well,
But I'm willing to answer other questions.
um, what are you guys or organization called? If that's something that you can tell us.
Do not believe there is a good translation for common, but we are a Nachtjäger.
Nachtjäger.
Yes.
Oh. Is that Elvish or not Elvish?
It is Elvish, but it's like a it's
Weird
like
variant.
it's like it's so it's as Elvish as deep, like think deep South English is English, or it's like Elvish is like British English. This is like American English.
Ah,
Some things just don't.
yeah.
I was gonna say I speak Elvish, but that's probably not the same dialect.
And you guys honestly haven't heard it. It has something to do with night. That's as far as you guys know. But you've never heard of this organization.
That is pretty good to know. We might try and help you guys out at some point, but I'm not too sure. We kind of got a lot of stuff that cropped up all of a sudden, kind of out of nowhere.
Well, really, if you just tell us the Zauber, where she is, that would be the most help. Do not approach her on your own. She's very dangerous.
Okay. I'll probably say the same for the guys we were after. They're kind of tricky. They apparently can make themselves look like other people. It's really creepy.
So they are other Zauber.
Maybe.
The Zauber are very, they're not to be trusted. Yes?
What does the Zauber, like, for you guys do? Just figuring we could trade notes and maybe figure out if we're on the same page.
Well, as you know, every Zauber is different. Sometimes they are very destructive, and sometimes they are more sneaking. They are very much they do not look like Zauber, like stories of Zauber. They do not look like it with a monstrous aura, but they have gotten good at hiding. That's what Nachtjäger, the Magi, do. We get these Zauber. Yes? Make sure they do not ruin society. Because if Zauber are let loose, then And I know the southern nations are a bit freer with their Zalber, but it is a mistake. I've seen firsthand destruction that one Zalber can do. Entire city gone.
Can I do an insight check on this? I
Sure.
think I know what a Zalver is, and I have a hunch. But I'm going to try and roll an insight to figure out if I can really put my finger on it.
Sure. What's your hunch as you roll?
My hunch is that Zalber are a magic user.
Go ahead and roll.
That is plus insight. 22.
He's absolutely talking. Jesus, that's so much higher than the DC. He's talking about magic users.
I'm not sure if these guys are Zalber or not. They certainly seem like they might be. They're really creepy. They like to laugh a lot while doing their stuff. Like, they murdered a bunch of people and they filled the entire rooms with confetti and fanfare about it. Like, they booby trapped it, so when you opened the room, a bunch of confetti just sprayed out. Like, they kind of seem to take this whole thing as kind of a game, and that to me is a little bit dangerous.
They could be a verrucht Zalber. That is the most dangerous kind of Zalber. They do not care about other life and will do anything to eliminate life. They're very good to put down, just when you see them.
That's good to know. If you happen to see these guys, I think that their logo, smiling. I can't quite remember, but
I'm gonna pull out the piece of parchment I have with that's tucked away with the Morath gold, and I'm gonna show him. They signed it, right?
Yeah, with the big smiley face.
yeah.
Thank you for showing me this. I will tell others, and we will get this.
Just be careful, because they can.
Right.
They looked and sounded exactly like one of the people we knew about.
Don't worry. We have ways of getting through Zalber. Yes?
Yeah.
They don't send us down south to collect Zalber for no reason. We know how to fight them. If we see your Verrucht Zalber,
yeah,
we'll get rid of them for you.
Thank you. Me and Kara here should probably be heading out. Like I said, a lot of stuff ended up cropping up unexpectedly. Also, we probably got to meet up with our friends. We kind of separated while we were traveling through the forest.
Okay, that is fine. We talked last night. I do not think we are going to Geriant, I think you said?
Yeah.
Yes, we are going to go to Lorelei instead.
Ah. Well, that's good to know. If we're in the area, we'll be sure to say hello.
Yes, and if you see her on the way, ignore her. Do not touch.
Don't
go
fight
near
her. Let you know where she is.
Ah, you're good. Yes.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course. Anything for other Zalber finders, yes? I didn't know they had them down south.
Well, we try best as we can.
Good. It is good. The South is taking more protective measures. The Zalber are not to be trifled with. They are a threat that no one really likes to talk about.
Anyway, Garon is going to stand up, kind of just dust off his clothes, just motion for Kara to follow him, just start walking into the woods.
He waves and then
I
goes
wave
back.
back.
To himself.
And I'm probably gonna walk to like a good quarter mile away.
Yeah,
Best I can.
you're pretty much at the edge of the forest.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna look to Kara and be like, we should never try and run into those guys again.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a little uneasy.
Yeah, I guess you never really know someone till you actually talk to them.
I suppose. Let's go find the others and
Yeah.
let's get the fuck away from here before they try to kill us.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I don't think I know where Barris would be. Like
Yes,
his
head
home.
back.
Hmm.
Well, you
Damokos
guys
is
do
looking
see.
for them.
Yeah, you do see Damokos like walking up to the forest.
Oh. Hi there. Just gonna
Oh.
wave to Damokos.
Hello. I was wondering if I would have to go into the forest to find you.
Yeah, you might not want to go into the forest.
Gotcha. Well, Bareth asked me to come find you guys and then have us meet back at the inn to meet him.
Okay, that sounds good. And while we're walking there, I'm just going to relay him our encounter with the Cosmet and the people from Ventera. I'm going to show him my monkey tattoo and then just relay the part about the Zauber. And yeah, once I found out that part, I really just kind of wanted to get out of there.
Does that make sense? Yes.
I was openly studying from a spellbook by their fire last night. Oh, God.
I mean, if they found out I can turn into other creatures, they'd probably skin me alive, judging by how it sounds.
They did say something about going to Lorelei instead of coming here to
Yeah,
Ariand. So I don't know if we need to go there, but I think we should avoid it.
I mean, the other options going to Kel.
We are in Kel country.
Yeah.
Psych.
Been in Kel this entire time.
Oh no!
Garrett doesn't really pay attention to that. It's just towns to him. Borders
Kel is a
mean
town.
little to nothing.
Kill.
Borders, countries. He barely remembers he's from Morath.
You're from Moroth too?
Yes.
And then we have
75% of the party.
God.
I guess I'd show my the tattoo I got as well.
Cool. So you guys are showing tattoos, and
Yeah.
as you guys head up to the inn, and about the time that you're supposed to meet, you see Bareth also on his way to the inn, and we're going to go ahead and stop for break here. We'll be back in a bit, guys. All right, guys, welcome back from break. So last we left off, everyone was meeting back up at the inn, and we found out that there's some magic hunters just outside of Garriott. And a good thing that no one in this party uses magic, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Only 75% of the party. All from the same part of the world, apparently.
God, how did that happen? None of us consulted each other either, I'm pretty sure.
None of you did. And I was like, all right, this is great. This is going to be fantastic. All right. So you guys do meet back up at the inn.
I'm heading inside before I notice them.
All right. You see Bareth just, boom, goes inside. Bareth, you notice that it looks like some tables were put together at some point, but you don't see anyone actively inside of the inn.
Not super worried about that right now. I'm going down into the basement.
All right. You head down to the basement.
Retrieving a certain barrel.
Okay.
And attempting to somehow take it up out of this ladder. Keeping it covered.
Yeah, you could definitely make like a pulley system. Or like tie a rope and then climb the ladder and pull on the rope to lift it up.
I will attempt to try to do that.
Sure. So while you're doing that, just make an athletics check for me.
Sure.
Each of you walk in. What'd you get?
Not good. With a +5, it's not terrible, but it's still a 9.
A 9? So you're pulling up. And you get it about halfway before it just slips out of your hands. And the fun rolls start. It hits the ground with a solid thud, but these barrels, were made to last. They were made to transport alcohol over long distances. It didn't crack.
I will
And
try again.
Fantastic. Go ahead. You guys walk in, you see him pull, and then you hear a thud. You see him look panicked for a second, and then pick up the rope again. You gotta make another athletics check for me.
That's much better. 23.
23. And this time you find your footing and easily pull up the barrel and pull it behind the trapdoor.
Head back up.
Hey, Bareth. I found our other two.
Hello?
Hey there.
Do you also have a tattoo?
My arm's still completely exposed, even though I'm sort of like nervous, anxiously holding my arms together.
Oh, fun. Crap.
So how you holding up?
I'm fine. I don't think Hidamakos told you what my plan is, but I'll tell you now. As I'm tapping the barrel, I need to finish this. And then we need to go to Lorelei and figure out whatever the hell I'm supposed to find there.
One thing about Lorelei, there's a bunch of anti-magic, highly armed people on their way there that we just ran into. They don't know we can cast magic. I'm pretty sure that they'd kill us on the spot.
Well, how much do I know about Lorelei other than it's mercantile?
Not much. You really stayed in this town. They occasionally send merchants to Gary End, and the merchants are like, hey, it's a great place to be. Y'all should move over. But Yeah.
Well, then we'll just have to keep a low profile.
And what exactly are you doing with that barrel?
I want to mention that the barrel is very bloody.
That looks disgusting.
What are you trying to do there?
Burial.
Ah. Let me help you with that. I'm going to try and help Bareth with this bloody barrel.
I would appreciate that. I've not done one of these before.
We're gonna bury people. Should we get the bodies that are upstairs?
That would most likely be the right thing to do. Is there a graveyard in Garrian?
Death is kind of treated like there is, but it's more reserved for like people who've died protecting this town. It's the big walkway that led up the memorial. Everyone else is kind of like given to the forest. Just like the forest gave everyone like the food and stuff, they're given back to the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Dinosaur food.
I don't know the travelers upstairs. Typically, we would just give them back to the forest. But this... She did a lot more for this town than anyone would have tried to.
I understand. I can work getting those other ones to the forest. And then I can help you get her to wherever she needs to be.
All right.
Can probably take the ones upstairs to the forest. It's fine. Picked up a few tricks studying. And I'm gonna head upstairs.
All right. While they're dealing with the other bodies, I'm just trying to take the barrel out with me towards the big memorial.
And you're rolling this through the town square. How are you
I'm
getting
trying to
this
just
memorial?
carry it.
I'll help carry it. If
Okay, yeah.
Bareth lets me. If Bareth lets me.
I mean, I'm not letting him.
Yeah, the two of you could easily carry it. Which path are you taking?
Whatever takes me to the big memorial fastest.
That's going to be crossing through like town square.
Then I'll try to avoid that.
Okay, so you take the longer passage. You go closer to the forest, just because you kind of have to stay out of the village. And you do hear some noises from some creatures in the undergrowth, but they don't seem to approach you. They seem as if held back by the forest line. But you do get it to the memorial, and you don't see anybody around. Everyone seems to be more focused, like gathered around the statue, selling food, little trinkets. There's some games.
I'm going inside and finding a open, I assume they're like the stacked partitions within a typical mausoleum-like style. I am finding an open place that doesn't have anyone's name placarded onto it or anything that's set aside, and I am opening up the barrel and putting her inside.
Throw an insight check for me.
Sure. It's not terrible.
Because the only open space is a pretty big area in the back.
14.
This, looking around, you haven't really been in this mausoleum before because it was difficult. But you're looking around and knowing how much this town, first of all, loves dramatics, and second, loves you. This is your burial spot that you're putting her in.
Appropriate.
I don't care. I'm just finding a spot and placing her inside one of the etchings and things.
You do so. And you know what? There's room enough for one more person.
Thanks.
Too dark?
Q Dark campaign. Would you prefer for her to be cleaned up or a little more presentable, perhaps?
I don't exactly have the time or the knowledge on how to do that.
Fine, it won't take too long. I'm going to use prestidigitation for however long it takes.
She is in a barrel.
Well, I took her out of the barrel before
Okay.
I placed her in there.
A memorial barrel.
Not gonna leave her in a barrel.
You're a casket.
We put the barrel in his burial place.
I'm not leaving the barrel in
Like,
there either.
I thought you wanted a casket.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Yeah, no, you managed to clean her up all nice. Now you can actually see her wounds, which are a lot. She was stabbed a lot. Mainly in the chest and the face. And that's when you guys hear a jingling sound
Oh no.
from the entrance to the memorial.
I'm rushing out towards it.
Nothing there.
Nobody around.
There's like a person and he's holding a cask. Bareth, you okay?
I'm looking around for any source of jingling.
Do I recognize this person?
Yeah, he's like one of the farmhands. You don't know his name, but you've seen him around town.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Visiting the memorial? Yeah. It's kind of creepy in there, if I'm being honest. No disrespect. And he heads.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah, you can.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. He's seems pretty honest. He does think it's creepy inside the memorial.
As you should.
Now he's gonna find it even creepier.
Gareth is just hanging around.
And Domikos, throw a perception check.
Be better at it than I was before.
With the eyes of an eagle.
Yes, with an 18, no less.
So you're looking, and for a second, you could have sworn you saw somebody like rush past Bareth for a second, but it's gone.
Like rush past him in any direction, like into the mausoleum or like
Towards the town.
towards the town? Okay. Okay. I don't know what that was, but
Go back inside the mausoleum and finish up what I was doing.
Yeah, it takes you. You guys, are you guys gonna finish this up? Finish up what you're doing. Just kind of clean up the area, make it all nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am, at least.
So while you guys are doing that, we're gonna hop to the other two, who are dealing with people. Did you remove the makeup on the bodies?
Well, yeah.
I don't have the ability to because I don't have like prestidigitation.
I mean, there's also a wet cloth.
That's true. I didn't think about that in the moment that I was crying because they look like my siblings.
You don't need magic to solve everyday problems.
I don't know that.
it's so much
Modern
easier, Morgan.
How big is this hallway?
It's big enough to support a goddamn giant person.
All right. I'm gonna stand outside. Hey, Garen, I might need help moving them onto this thing, but otherwise I can bring them out to the forest.
Okay. I
And
don't mind helping with that.
as soon as he's in the room, I'm going to cast Tensor's floating disc.
All right. So, are you walking into the room of your older brother, older sister, or younger brother?
We'll start at the farthest one.
All right, younger brother it is. So you walk in, and your younger brother is laying on the bed, dead, throat slit, dry blood everywhere.
Ew.
It's not Fedric. It's not Fedric. It's not Fedric. Just... I'm gonna try
Might
and.
want to hold your breath.
Can we wrap them in the sheets so
You
that
can.
we're not drawing so much attention?
I
I'll help with
think,
that.
yes, you will draw exactly 5% less attention by not having.
You know what? I don't want to offend the people outside.
I mean, that's a tall order.
They've probably, I don't know the people of this town, honestly. But I feel bad for these guys. I'm not going to put them in a hay cart. That's terrible.
Assassin's Creed style.
No. All right, let's start moving them.
All right. So, yeah, you're going to move all the bodies. It's going to take you about the same amount of time it takes them to fix up the memorial. I'm assuming you're taking the most subtle way out.
Yeah.
Through the back door, passing the jars of B-Rex honey, and heading off to the forest.
Yeah. Do you have anything on you that we can dig with? Because I don't. Or do we just, I don't know the customs of this place. Do we just toss them into the forest? Because I feel like that's disrespectful.
I think I would imagine it's something similar to a sky burial.
I don't know what that means.
Usually, it's when you leave bodies for birds to feed on.
That's awful.
It ain't that awful.
You're not dead. I guess we'll head towards the forest the most subtle way we can.
Yeah. Since you guys are carrying 3 bodies on a floating invisible disc, and is it?
I always thought it was silver.
I mean,
it's a disc of force.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's you're leading 3 hovering bodies.
I'm Houdiniing some bodies around town into the forest.
Yeah. I need you guys to
awesome.
make a stealth check because you can't just blend in with, oh, he's just carrying a stained barrel. Nope, you guys are just 3 bodies. Now, the DC is lower because it's not just 3 open, bleeding bodies.
I didn't think about that. That's awful.
This is a group stealth.
15.
8.
All right, that means I gotta roll.
Oh boy.
Oh
Oh boy.
Kara, since you failed,
Oh no.
1 or 4.
Oh shit. 4.
All right, landed on a 2. Nobody spots you guys
Oh thank God.
as you Houdini these bodies out to the forest.
God.
I want that on a shirt.
Just Houdini the bodies.
And then Kara, like, leading 3 floating bodies.
Oh Jesus. And it doesn't move unless I'm 20 feet away from it.
Oh, God. Oh, shit. Should have made the DC higher.
Jesus. Oh God. Okay. It's just a bunch of ghosts following me. No big deal. There's nothing underneath this tarp. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God! You guys get to the edge of the forest. Floating bodies in tow.
Oh God. Shit. How do you bury a body? It occurs to me that Kara's never had to bury someone herself before. You don't have anything that can, like, move the dirt, right? Like, no shovel, nothing. We should have grabbed a fucking shovel before we left. Oh my God.
I mean, I can dig pretty well. If burying is what you want, I'll help bury them.
Yeah, I would rather they not be out in the open and attract whatever lives in the forest.
Okay. I'm going to wild shape into a dire wolf.
Oh, okay.
I just start digging at the ground.
All right. So wolves can dig. So yeah, you're digging decently, and that's when you guys hear a familiar whirring sound.
Oh no. Garen, I think we gotta go. We just.
I'm going to just lower myself down so that Kara can climb on.
I'm gonna tip the bodies off Tensor's floating disc. And I guess I'm gonna climb on the back of a dire wolf.
I'm just going to start running.
So Kara abandons her siblings to be eaten.
They are not my siblings.
And you guys head back to town. Now, you guys both finish up your tasks at about the same time. Are you guys meeting back up at the end?
I don't see why not.
All right, yeah, you guys meet back up at the end.
All right.
Kara is on the back of a direwolf.
A very carefully stepping direwolf.
Hi guys. There are chainsauruses in the forest. Did you know that? Because I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Alright.
That's something I'm gonna easily forget about. That's for certain.
I won't. Less time we have to spend out there, the better. Anyways. Oh,
It's about 3 p.m., I would say.
okay. We need to head to Lorelei. I need to track those people down. And apparently some god thinks that I need to find answers there. So might as well go there, but I can't do it alone.
Wolf form nods.
I already know I will help you, Gareth.
Mhm. Just I don't, thank you. Just know that I can't promise any of your safeties.
Hey, safety's probably not our top concern right now. Ooh, there's gonna be magic hunters. I don't think we'll be safe. Also, there's people out there that will probably kill us either way. Oh, I guess if we're going to, I was about to say die. I shouldn't say die. We're better off together. It's fine. We'll get through this.
All right. To Lorelei then. Trying to figure out which way I need to go again because I haven't left in them forever. Which gate do I need to go out of?
The northern.
All right, then we are headed for the northern gate.
All right, so you guys head to the northern gate, and it doesn't look like it's being guarded right now.
All right.
And then everyone but Kara hears the jingle of bells coming from a small group of bushes to the right.
I am
Because my passive is shit.
Yep.
drawing.
The very person that needs to know.
I am drawing a rend and I am charging at that fucking bush.
So you charge at that bush and you find the body of a guard with a big smile on his face and his throat is slit.
Can I check the surrounding area quickly?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Ooh, that's good. 19 plus 3, 21, 22. I can't do math.
So you're doing a quick look around, and you notice that it seems like there's footprints leading off, like north.
I am following them as quickly as I possibly can.
I can be a dire wolf for like 2 hours. Can I? Would I still be in my dire wolf form?
Yeah, you guys have just left.
If I can I try and sniff the body, see if I can pick up any sort of scent?
You can.
I'm a bloodhound.
Do I pick up anything that might be like
Make a survival check.
Realized I never got off of the back of the wolf.
Free ride.
Going for a ride.
Gonna stay on
Yes,
that
you
one.
are. At a 21, yes, you are.
21. Yeah, there is a very heavy scent of blood coming from, and like it's coming from the same way that Bareth is running.
I'm gonna start taking off, like at a slow sort of jog
All right.
to try and keep
Comatose.
track.
I was about to say
I'm-
you're gonna sprint right past me.
And there goes the wolf. Oh.
And Kara.
Yep.
I'm moving with the group.
All right.
Hunger
So-
down does not fall off.
Yeah, you grip on. And yeah, you guys follow this to a person walking, like just kind of walking along the forest. You hear jing, jang, jing, jang from his brightly colored hat with little bells on the end. He has shoes with toes that curl up, little bells on them, just brightly colored outfit, and he seems to be tapping the trees as he walks past. And he doesn't seem to have noticed you guys for whatever reason.
I'm getting within 10 feet of him, and I'm acid splashing him immediately.
Make your attack roll.
Sure. Is acid splash attack roll? I think it's actually just a save.
Round.
Or poison spray, sorry. It is an attack roll. Alright. That's 22 to hit.
You hit. You said you were Eldritch Blasting him or Poison Spray?
Poison spray. I don't have Eldritch Blast. And that's gonna be 1 whole damage.
One.
One whole
So-
damage.
You just run up, throw out your hands, droplets of poison come flying, and they hit him. And the outfit and the sound of bells jingling disappears. And a man in farmer's clothes falls forward, writhing in pain. And you hear coming from the forest.
Can I quickly investigate this person and make sure it's not just
Can
another
I-
fucking goddamn jester pretending to not be a jester who is still a jester?
I have keen hearing and smell. Can I try and like, with my wolf ears, try to pick up on like the direction of that laugh in this forest?
Yeah, you can make a perception check. And Bareth, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, my good streak is now gone. 11.
11. As far as you can tell, he looks to be like an innocent farmer that you just hit in the back with acid.
18.
18. The sound is definitely coming from the forest, and you can pinpoint it now. But it also seems to be fading quick.
I'm gonna try and take off after it.
Oh
Alright.
god, here we go.
Oh boy.
As I
Full
notice
speed?
him
I could so-
sprinting,
50
I'm
feet.
going to like go down to the farmer. I'm very sorry. You were unpossessed. Please head back to Garyan, and then I'm running back, following them.
You're unpossessed.
You are no longer possessed.
Here's a question: is there any way I can use prestidigitation to clean the acid off the guy?
Yeah, you can. He still took acid damage. Like
Yeah.
it was poison damage. So
Okay.
yeah, the poison just kind of sizzled through his skin a little bit.
I mean,
That's
I
gone.
gladly rolled a 1. That was 100% according to plan.
He had 2 hit points.
I
And,
know.
I was gonna make sure there's, poison lingering, because, yeah, I'm gonna
So-
take off the group.
Kara, I need you to make an athletics check with advantage because you like prepped for him sprinting off.
Okay. Still got a -1 to that. Oh, that's not that bad. Well, 13.
13?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that does it. You managed to you first start to lose your grip and then you wrap your arms around his neck and he sprints off, quickly leaving everyone else behind. and you find the track. You find where the laugh was coming from, but you don't see anything.
I'm just gonna be trying to like perceive this whole area, like face to the ground, trying to catch a scent of anything.
How far are the others away from us?
They're about 20 feet. Well, you you guys had to dash to get there, so they're about 40 feet actually, if everyone else dashed.
I am going to turn around in the direction that we came, and I guess cast message, and say we found the source, but there doesn't seem to be anything. Like what? I don't. Varys probably runs faster than Damocles does, honestly. So I'm gonna aim in the general direction of Varys, hopefully, and cast it at him.
All right.
Sniffing through the stuff. Do I pick up? Is there like a chance of me picking up anything, or is this place just like?
Make an investigation check.
Good. That's good. 18.
So as you're sniffing around, the smell of flowers smells false. And then it fades away, and you get hit with a wave of blood.
Oh. Like just the smell, or actually a wave of blood?
No, the smell of blood
Okay.
hits him. Just where once there was just the smell of flowers, now boom, hit with
just
blood
like,
smell.
I kind of just rear back a little, just paw, trying to just rub my nose, because that's just like out of just nowhere.
And it's coming from nearby. And at this point, everyone else is caught up.
And I'm going
Which
to
way
try
did they go?
I'm just like trying to pinpoint that stench.
It's easy to follow. It's so bad that pretty much all of you can smell it.
Head in
This
that
is
direction.
fresh blood. You guys walk up to, if it were humans, it would be a slaughter fest. Rabbits cut everywhere. Blood everywhere. You're seeing some animals are like grabbing some carcasses and moving off.
Garen, probably has an idea of what this is, but he is also a wolf right now. So communicating that might be a little too difficult.
They're just trying to distract us. We need to find them as quickly as possible. They don't want us to find them. We need to catch up with them. So whichever way we need to head, you need to point us in that direction now, before they're gone again.
I think we should just go.
I just went for a little, just like pause, nose, just like trying to mind that like there is too much blood smell here for me to be able to track.
Looking around for any sign of tracks as well.
Make an investigation check.
2. I won't even.
You don't see anything.
Anybody?
I don't know where they went from here, but we could always continue traveling along the road. I mean, I don't know.
They're gonna keep coming no matter what, whether we find them now or we find them later. Might as well get a move on before it's too dark to travel.
head back to the road.
The man presumably got up and left.
Presumably.
Presumably.
I would.
No, he's just not there. I mean, you can see like footsteps kind of stuttering back towards Jerian.
Continue along our way then.
I probably drop out of my wild shape by this point.
Look.
And Kara, you are sitting on Garen's back.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. And I'm like,
It's fine.
So, you guys continue. I'm gonna need each of you to make just survival checks.
Oh shit! I dropped my dice.
It's gonna be a group survival check to be able to avoid any wandering dinosaurs.
13.
21.
Ethan 20.
11.
Good thing 2 of you passed. So you guys do manage to slip by some dinosaurs, and it gets to be about nightfall.
Wow.
Because, I'm sorry?
While we're walking, I'm gonna say, since they can like be anybody, they could be us. I think we should agree on something that we all experienced together that they might not know about.
I have to say this. How are you just saying this?
I am like, oh shit, that's right.
Would Kara just say this out loud?
Yeah, Kara would.
Shouldn't
All
have
right.
asked. You just told her to do it.
She wouldn't say what it is they're agreeing on, but she would say that at least out loud.
Understood.
She's not wise, y'all. She is just smart.
Like a passphrase.
Like,
I got an idea.
oh yeah?
Well, go ahead.
Ambrosia is a 6 out of 10.
I mean, ambrosia is a pretty fine spice. I wouldn't call it a 6 out of 10.
I'm sure you wouldn't.
I mean, at least a 7. What does cooking have to do with this?
I figured it might be a good code word. Chances of them giving that kind of response for that type of question seems kind of low.
Well,
Question? What question are you asking that would solicit that response?
back when I was a recruit, we had a little bit more of a better system than that. I could explain it later, but can I just take a look around and make sure nothing's following us? Just because I'm absolutely paranoid of everything right now.
Yeah, sure. Make a perception check, yeah.
Natural 20.
So you're looking around, and there's a... Actually, hold on. Let me roll this stuff. That's fine. It crit failed. And stealth isn't that good. You notice that there is a hawk that seems to be paying a little bit too much attention to you guys. Insight.
Ooh.
And it notices you looking at it and starts to fly off.
How far away is it?
It's about 15 feet.
I'm gonna try and close within 10 feet, and I'm gonna acid splash it or poison
Alright.
spray it.
So you run up just as it's lifting off. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Ooh, that's an 18.
You hit. Roll damage.
1 whole damage again.
So you throw up and you sear off some feathers. It caws out in pain and then flaps off into the forest.
Shit.
Am I able?
Yeah, you each have an action to hit it before.
How far away is it?
Fine.
It's about 15 feet from the rest of you guys.
I'd like to hurl a produce flame
Oh God.
fire mote at it.
Okay, go ahead. Roll damage. Roll attack. What were you saying, Damokos?
I mean, I'll see what else happens first as it's flying. I'm letting them go first.
15.
All right.
Eight fire damage.
8.
Yeah.
Double check.
Hawks don't have that
I
much
just-
HP.
Yeah,
Baseball
just
style. Just
Roast talk?
so you hit it. It screeches, bursts into flame, and then falls to the ground, charred and poisoned.
I may have overdone it a little bit.
No, you did exactly what we needed to do.
Looks pretty well done, yeah.
And then
That's
it
spices. It'll be fine.
fades.
Eight.
Yep. Kind of like blinks out of existence.
Oh.
Like I said, exactly what needed to be done.
I don't like that.
Can I Arcana check that? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hey. Heathen's 20.
So this kind of seems like an action a familiar might do.
And they can only go so far. Let's go a little. Let's go a little farther. I don't feel comfortable knowing that there's someone that could have been watching us or listening to us through that
But
bird's eyes.
while we have a few moments that I know we are not being watched or listened to, we had a saying within the recruits of when we got lost in battle and people were spread out. If we were within a wooded area or building, if we were off and we knew someone was nearby, we would yell out a certain phrase and they would reply something back. And it's a way of doing a code word without saying your code word. Like listen response. One of the ones we had was someone would call it lightning, and instead of saying thunder, you would say flash. That would be your code word for the night. I think that would be a good start for us, but we should probably change it, just because if they figure it out, then we're fucked.
So change it every day.
Every time next time we have a run-in with them, we'll change it.
That sounds good.
But just remember to use it if we get separated. And someone comes back and they're possibly acting strangely, you call this out and maybe they'll respond correctly. And if they don't, then we know why. Anyways, we need to keep moving before they catch back up.
Aerith, what exactly is it that you used to do?
Nothing too complicated. I was just your typical soldier who had not so typical circumstances. It's a story for another time. Right now, I'm more focused on just getting to Lorelei.
That does sound like something we should talk about later. Also, you might want to be careful when we get to Lorelei.
We need to be careful every single moment right now. Just keep moving.
All right. So you guys keep moving forward, and it is nightfall. You're still about 6 days, 6.5 days from Lorelei. Question is, do you guys camp or keep going?
I mean, I can't see, so I'm probably going to start trying setting up a camp.
I don't think it's a good idea to keep moving.
Is your shield still a beacon of light?
It
I don't
is,
have my
but it's
shield.
back in
No.
the forest
Yeah,
where
I
he's
threw it away.
Oh, that's right. You got rid of it.
So I like to
Because
imagine like looking
That was
off
his
behind
character
him
arc.
somewhere. There's just a beam of light. Shooting.
It's just covered in moths.
Aliens.
Like it's just that part of the forest now belongs to the moths. Just
I actually need to
swarming.
remove that from my character sheet because I unequipped it, but I forgot to get rid of it. It's gone now.
Oh, we'll get you a new shield.
It was probably a mistake in the heat of a moment, but it's fine.
I want to
Uh,
keep going. I can.
We're many days out. It's no point in tiring ourselves out now. Just be on guard that they have tried to bait us on more than one occasion, and they probably will again if they're watching us again. I don't know about you all, but I can't see very well in the dark.
I wouldn't trust going at night. We might run into some of the more aggressive predators.
That's correct. We should stick to the road and camp here.
almost as if in answer to that, you guys hear a roar coming from deep within the forest. Not near you guys, but
Oh God.
and Varith, you recognize hearing that roar from time to time. It is a cockatoo rex, which is kind of like a mix between a cockatiel and it's cockatrice and a T-Rex.
Oh, that's
So
Not
it's like a
nice.
normal T-Rex
That's
because
even
they have
worse.
chicken DNA.
Dino.
No DNA.
As an example, let's stick to the road and camp here.
All right. And I know we're a little bit short this time, but I think this is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Before we close up for the night, after we get the camp set up, I would go over to Kara. Kara?
I have Baisan's spellbook open and I'm studying.
There is something that feel that you should be aware of. And it's something, if you so choose, group aware of it. But this this note that I have, and I pull out the note that basically is the bounty for the youngest Uljade daughter.
Yeah, Garen told me about that.
No, it's I flip it over onto the back. I noticed this while I was looking at it before, but I don't know if you can read in this language.
The back is covered in infernal writing.
I do not know.
I can, and it details that this youngest daughter must be killed while in Kel. If he returns to Moroth alive, the reward for this bounty is forfeit.
So they don't want me to make it home.
What it sounds like.
God, I shouldn't have been sending letters home. Who knows what might happen to my family now?
I just felt like you should be aware, since it seemed like a important, unfortunately important scene that stumbled into back there.
Thank you. Can't imagine why anyone would want me dead, but it is Moroth. And I turn my signet ring around so that the outside little sigil is facing where it should be. No point in hiding it, I guess, anymore. They know I'm here. They're gonna find me regardless.
Give me a hit and might keep you alive, though.
Might is the operative word, I think.
All right. And with that, we're going to go ahead and close out tonight's session.
Oh boy.
Thank you guys so much for catching up with us on FetchQuest.
Oh God.
You guys have a wonderful night. We'll see you next week.
Follow the YouTube FetchQuest on YouTube. It's not
Yeah, that's right.
Twitter.
FetchQuest. Subscribe so I can actually change the URL to something cool, not random string of letters. Whatever. Bye.